Let me discuss with you today longest common prefix problem. Um, what what does the problem says? The problem says that you should write a function that find the longest common prefix among an array of strings. So let's jump to an example. We have this array with the strings flower, flow, and flight. We can see here that they all starts with FL. So this is a common prefix, and that's it. Our target. We need to know the prefix, not just the prefix, but the longest common prefix. For example, you can see here that between flower and the flow there is a common prefix which is flow. But if we consider the flight, it won't be a common prefix. A common prefix in this case will be just FL. Let's see another case here. If we compare this dog to race car and car, there is no common prefix, so we will just return an empty string. So what is the solution for this? One thing that will help us to understand the solution is to understand two helper functions. The first one is called slice. What does slice do? Slice takes like an array and as you can see here, it doesn't take an array, it just called for an array, and it returns a shallow copy, so it doesn't mutate the original array, and it returns a new array object selected from start to end. So for example, let's see here an example. If we said for this array that we want to slice from 1 to 3, so what will it do? It will slice starting from index 1, which is orange, to index 3, which is apple, but it won't take the end, which is 3, into consideration. You can just call slice 1, and it will take from index 1 to the end, so it will consider the end. So if you don't want the end, you can add the index here to exclude. If you need the end, you just can put a start. As you can see here in this code, what does this mean? That mean slice 1, we say take start from the first element, from index 1, which is the second element, to the end. So what we are basically saying is just neglect the first element of the array. So take the array, or slice the array from the second element to the end. Okay, so what does it mean slice 0 to -1? It means slice from the start from the string. In this case it is string, and until you read and exclude the end. -1 usually means the end, so just exclude the end. So since we know this syntax, we can also just one more thing, we can also know what does starts with do. Starts with here, as this example, it checks if the string we give it, for example here sat, is the start of the sentence, and if so it returns true. We can also give it an index, like it says where does it start its comparison, but we don't need it. So as you can see here, I'm using it also to check if string doesn't, which this exclamation mark does, start with the prefix. So but we didn't until now we didn't understand what is the solution, what is the code, but these are key functions that we are using to solve this problem. So how can we solve this problem? We need somehow to check for every element and the following element and see from start to end how like what is the common stars. How can we do this? I made a visualization that like I didn't made it I didn't make it, I just used it, that will help in figuring this out and figuring out what this solution do. I use this website to visualize things. So as you can see here, um, we have this function which is used to calculate longest common prefix, and we have this strings array. I used here this example. We have these words, and you can see that the uh, common things between them are is enter here. So strings now points to this array, and what is the next step? The next step is that we will say, okay, let's let the prefix be the first element for now. So as you can see here, we took the first element from the array, which is interstellar, and said, okay, let's assume that this is the prefix that we are looking to. So how did we make this? We just used we just let prefix equal strings of 0. And next step is that we will do like the slicing. We will use strings to slice one. So basically we are going to take the rest of this array and like took it into another variable. So we now have the prefix as the first element, and we have an array with the rest of elements. What is the next step? We are going to check. So now the like strings, the first element in the loop is internet, which is the first element here, and we are going to check if the prefix interstellar, is it the prefix in internet? Does internet starts with the word interstellar? The answer is no. So the while loop will continue. Now what will we do? We will remove gradually the characters from last to start, from end to start, until like we can see a common prefix. How do we remove the last character? To remove last character, we only need to slice from 0 from the start to -1. It means don't include -1. What does -1 means? It means the last item. So now prefix is interstellar without the R. Now, like we make this condition because if like prefix is empty, like it means like we removed everything and there is like there is no common factor, so just return empty string, and that means like there is no common prefix, and so exit the while loop. Other than that, like we will continue. Does internet start with interstellar? No. So remove the A and continue. We will continue to do this until does internet starts with enter? Right. So exit the while loop. Now let's check what is the next item in the loop. It is interval. And we will do the same. Yes, interval starts with enter. So yeah, it is true. It is good. So go to the next element, intermediate. Does intermediate starts with enter? Right. What is the next item? It is internal. Does internal starts with enter? Right. What is the next item? It is intercom. Does intercom starts with enter? Right. And now prefix is enter. Return prefix, that is the longest common prefix, and yeah, we solved it. And you can see here like that's the code. First we are checking if strings arrays like is empty, just return empty string. We don't need to calculate anything. Now let first item be the prefix, loop about the rest of items, and check if each item of the rest of items starts with the prefix. If not, like remove the last digit of the prefix until the condition is met. If prefix is empty, if we removed every character and there is no common prefix, then just return empty string. I hope you understood what I explained here, and thank you very much for listening.